Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. And of course, ahead of that all-important US election, the JSE is in an upbeat mood. We are looking at a sea of green there. The all-share up by almost 0.5%. That largely being carried by the Resources 10 complex with a climb of almost 1.5%. Followed by the Industrial 25 with an advancement, Financial 15 rather, with an advancement of almost 0.5%, and the Industrial 25 there ticking up by almost 0.25%. Let's check in on what is happening in the U.S. markets. Of course, the population in the U.S. has headed to the polls today, so they are busy with voting. As we speak, they're also awaiting the Fed's interest rate decision that is coming out on Thursday that will determine the direction of monetary policy going forward. But also, besides that, as much as we are waiting for those decisions, markets don't sleep. So companies also still coming out with results. We did have a software company, Palantir, coming out with strong results there, with revenue rising 30% year on year. We did see that share climbing more than 11%. So a sea of green over there. S&P 500 up more than 0.8%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq climbing more than 1%, and the Dow there with a gain of almost 0.75%. Let's check in on what is happening with markets across the Atlantic, and we are seeing, we're not seeing all of that positive sentiment filtering through. The FTSE 100 is down almost 0.4%, but the CAC 40 up slightly by almost 0.1%, and again on the DAX of a fifth of 8%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and more strength coming through to the rand at 17 rand 44 against the US dollar, against the pound at 22 rand 68, and against the euro at 19 rand 2 cents. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.09, the pound dollar at 1.3, and the yen relatively at the same place that it was yesterday, just under 152 against the US dollar.